What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Identity Tanya, the delightfully devilish. Tonight we're on episode 12, the last episode of season 1. So, what happened last time? What are we doing? What's going on? Where am I? A great question. Boom, let me real quick get the comments on the screen. We haven't really done comments too much, but it's the last episode, and a couple of people were saying some stuff, so wanted to pull that up. Last episode of season 1. So, first off, hope you watched the movie sequel after this reason. Great view. First, appreciate you, Edmund. Got a shout out to my boy Edmund. Hope you watched the movie sequel after this season. I do plan to. That is planned. I don't have it downloaded, but I'm gonna download it. Gonna pump that out. Hopefully pretty quick. Hopefully not too long of a wait. People are also hypothesizing when season 2 might be starting. I didn't even realize season 2 was at all being developed, but I did check. And yeah, right here that the announcement of season 2 was in 2021. So maybe it comes out summer, maybe it comes out a bit later. I mean, at this point, maybe a bit later because it's already January, February, March, April? Is it April? What day is it? Yeah, it's April right now. So, I don't know. But we will definitely be looking out for that, and maybe we'll be able to watch that as that drops. That could be exciting, but we'll see. We'll definitely, that's kind of a play it by ear situation. But to watch season 2 and be ready for that, we're going to definitely have to watch the movie. So I'm down to clown, especially because I feel like where this season's ending up, we're kind of left at a weird spot where it's like, or not a weird spot, but like last episode had a lot going on. Honestly, probably my favorite episode of the season. It was pretty hype. Right? Anson finished his entire thing, which was kind of the antagonist of the season. Like a specific antagonist rather than just like an entire empire, right? But like in the individual Tanya experience, he was like the antagonist, right? So for him to be gone in episode 11 and for episode 12, Tanya's more so just what I imagine is going to happen. And we've watched a little bit of episode 12 on accident. We watched like the first 2 minutes of episode 12 on the last episode. So we kind of already know where we're going a little bit. Tanya's just going to go get mad at all the generals for going to the beer hall and blowing off the whole, like, the rest of the war. Like, they're overconfident because they just had this massive victory, which, I mean, shout out, like, good job, like, good job. But as Tanya realizes the mass army withdrawal, like, they can just regroup, do it again, right, with more different countries, like, we haven't even seen the world war part really go into full fruition yet, right? Which is something that Tanya's worried about. So she sees an opportunity in all the troops. I forget exactly where they were retreating to, or it was like it was a specific harbor. They said the harbor's name. I'll probably find it in the scroll through. Victoria tells Tanya, I believe. Oh, let me get my notes up while I'm thinking about it. But yeah, they're all going to this harbor, and Tanya realizes, like, there's still time before the armistice goes into effect. Like, now's the time to make moves. Which, true and real. Anson's dead. I said that. Oh, wait, let's do the rest of the comments. Shout out to my girl Victoria, per usual. Never hesitates. Honestly, other than Victoria, or other than Tanya, it's probably, like, I don't know if we're going to do a tier list for this show, because there's not, like, a ton of characters going around. Obviously, Tanya's, like, at the top of the character tier list because the entire show's about Tanya. And then second place is already probably Victoria. Like, it's probably already that easy. I mean, there's like Tanya, Victoria, Being X, Anson, and then like Weiss and Grant. I feel like those are like and then we got some of those generals, but I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do a character tier list. I don't know if there's enough to talk about, but we will see. Maybe after the movie there'll be some movement, and we'll see. Well, that would definitely be over past the movie. Continuing, appreciate that. I thought this was interesting. I don't know if it's necessarily true, but apparently, like, light novel, I definitely know they've been skipping a lot of stuff, and that's, like, a vastly different experience. People have elucidated that. But the question of whether they're killing characters, like, in the anime, they haven't really killed characters. I thought they killed Grants for a second there, but they didn't. Apparently, in the light novel, maybe it's a bit more bloodthirsty, though perhaps, I don't know when, maybe they didn't change this specifically. Point being, though, this specific last episode aside, I think I would appreciate if characters died more. Not necessarily more. I just kill someone. I'm fine with killing somebody. To take Grants out. I'm down with Grants getting shot in the back. Like, that's a good way to increase the stakes a ton. Like Tanya, trying to save Weiss. That was sick. I really appreciated when she, dove and got him out of the way. Like, when you're pulling them into danger so that like we can see how Tanya deals with that, I feel like killing them would also do some of that really interesting stuff. So I'm basically down with death, basically Pog. I do, again, I say this every time, want to kind of check out the light novel a little bit just so I can see some of those differences. Yeah. Shout out to Tanya's voice actor because she's literally insane. I mean, Tanya's my favorite part of the entire anime. I was recommending Tanya to someone the other day, or like talking about Tanya to someone who hadn't watched it, and I literally pitched. I said, watch episode 1 or 2, right? You know, dip your toe in. If you like Tanya, you're gonna like the anime. If you're a history buff, like with this era of like war history, then you're probably gonna like the anime. Otherwise, maybe not for you, because Tanya is such like a foundation, I think, to enjoying the show, other than like the military history angle. Yeah, Tanya's pogged out of her gourd. Just like in World War II, when Germans marched into Paris, everyone was standing in shock and that they had lost and the enemy was marching in. Oh, little historical parallel. I didn't even think about that. No, yeah, because we did see that like marching in, and like we saw. It's crazy. This is something that I'll talk about in a second. But we saw like the kids bullying each other. I think that was post the march in, right? That's a cool historical connection that I didn't even think about, though. Season 2 stuff. And then this is some of the Dunkirk idea, right? Kind of emphasizing that first Tanya's worried about the mass rescue, but then later... the Brest... Okay, wait. Instead becomes Is Brest the harbor name? I'll check in a second. But it instead becomes a Dunkirk from Brest report formed by the Republic. And as Tanya said, abandon the homeland, retreat, reorganize, continue the war. And that's what Tanya's so upset about in reference to the freaking generals, right? Because they are high off their victory and not aware that the war is really not over. I mean, the paper even said, like, war is over, Pog. I got bad news. I don't think the war is necessarily over. What are the armistice laws? How do armistice law work? I don't know how military law works. But yeah, so I'm definitely on Tanya's side in this because and she's got that historical retrospect that's really like helping guide her. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how she tries to convince everyone and if she's able to successfully convince everyone. What did I write in this description? Let me just look at my description real quick. Yeah, look at that. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's talk about the last episode 11. Boom. You can see I already got the scene up. With Tanya seeing the kids. So let me just do a little scroll through. First, there was the fight between her and Anson. Pretty hyped. I liked it quite a lot. Especially, and I said it last time, the scene of Tanya raising the gun in the smoke is so crisp. Like right here. Dude! And then the pan over and then it billows away. Oh, see the way he like bursts out of the smoke? Like it parts, man. It's just like that's the kind of like slightly over the top, but you know that's the kind of like dramatic framing and movement that I'm like such a hoe for sometimes. Yeah. So there was that fight. Pogged. Man tried to suicide bomb Tanya. Kind of succeeded, but she managed. Victoria helped Tanya out. You know, got her out of the hold by shooting her. Oh yeah, and then Tanya went onto Man, which was quite brutal, by the way. This was such a good scene as well. Because, man, they did, like, the crazy, like, high-energy action scene, but then, like, the actual finale of it was, like, kind of, like, incredibly dark in a way, right? Like, they had that second to breathe. It was literally just, like, we're killing each other. That's what we're doing here. And then she just shoots him a ton, and he dies. Well, then he blows up. But that contrast from like the super hype to the just all the hype kind of fades away for a second as she just kills the guy. Because this is, you know, obviously the guy that has the emotional connection with his daughter and, you know, all that stuff. So like it's and all that stuff. Poor Anson. But just to kind of take away the hype, I think it was actually pretty effective to kind of make I don't know. It's just I love Tanya with the daughter's Christmas present gun too. Okay, yeah. And then we have the march into Paris. Not Paris, but like the Paris equivalent, right? The imperial capital. In the Zolka cafeteria. Shout out to the cafeteria at, you know, staff in Zolka. The part though, I feel like one thing we've seen a few times now, that I really appreciate. What I assume this scene is is because we see the three kids bullying this one kid, right? I think this one kid is like a native. Well, no. I mean, you could maybe assume that this one kid is like a native kid, and then the other three are like ones that like came in. But like, why would they come in and occupy? Like, why would these kids be here? I don't know. The important thing is there's bullying happening, right? And Tanya notices this. This actually is maybe one of the best scenes for me in this entire episode, which is crazy because this is the Anson, right? This scene I really liked though, because I actually thought about this scene. Because this, I'll never forgive you, this dynamic of like bullying a younger, like a vulnerable person, and that vulnerable person, like despite being outnumbered, despite being outgunned, kind of going into cornered animal instinct and saying like, I'll never forgive you and like biting back. That's actually totally been like a theme of Tanya, of like the show. Not of Tanya the character, Tanya the show. In that like, I mean, the episode with Tanya and Grant, right? Where the men are retreating, they're leaving. Not the men, but like all the civilians are leaving the city, and Tanya's like, yeah, we gotta kill him. That's what we gotta do. And then Grant has his entire kind of meltdown and then starts shooting. That shot of the kid looking up through the fire and having that look in his eyes that like he'll never forgive, that is the same thing that's happened. It's very similar to what's happening here with this kid, right? This kid is outgunned, three kids in a stick versus him unarmed, outgunned, outnumbered, already beat up, right? Told don't get cocky, verbally accosted. Tanya notices it and doesn't step in, which is so crazy to me. I mean, it makes sense she wouldn't step in. It'd be crazy if she did step in, but her noticing this is really crazy to me. But like the kid, despite that, would rather fight a losing battle driven by like emotion, because that kid definitely just got like kicked back to the ground and then like stomped a few times, right? Hopefully not in the head. That would have been cringe. No curb stomping if you get in a fight. Come on, have a little bit of respect. But yeah. So for Tanya to notice that might even be because this is what gets her worried, right? This is what gets her contemplating this fight. I mean, she's probably relating the kid that's beaten up to the empire that she just basically destroyed, or that her was just destroyed through this whole last big. Well, I forget the words they used, but what I've described as the pullback tsunami attack, right? Where they pulled back, they did the bomb, move the people, Tanya in the back, snipe the capital, snipe the communications, encircle, destroy. That entire thing from the last few episodes. The empire that just got absolutely destroyed is this little kid, right? Who has just been absolutely beat, but despite that refuses to give up. And so she is part of these three kids with the stick that are bullying him, but she realizes, wait, they're not going to give up that easy. They hate us. And she thinks of Anson too for a second here. I think she gets a flash of his face, like right before he explodes. Yeah, she looks over at the gun, and I think she connects that all together. Like, that's his gun. The blood's still on it. Fire. Remembers Anson. It's like, they really would rather die than give up. Like, this guy was ready to die for his country. And for him also for God. It was kind of had the heavenly angle mixed in too, because being X was giving him a little bit of juice. And that is what makes her realize, oh shoot. You know what's crazy to me? It's not over. Even if we've beaten them this hard and kicked them to the ground, they're gonna get back up. So yeah, that like show don't tell, I really appreciate that. I wish we had even more of this. And maybe we've had some, but I just haven't like caught it that much. But yeah, just that look in her eyes, and it's like you can see the gears spinning in her head. Shout out to Gears from the OP, right? We do a little OP reference. They do a lot of that gear imagery, like with their magic right here. This is inside Tanya's head right now. when she's thinking about this kid getting bullied. She doesn't even care about the kid. She's just like, wait a second, the war effort. We're getting thwarted. We don't even know. Oh wait, what's it? Brest military port. Let me write that down. Brest military port. So yeah, I really liked that. So I wanted to mention that, of course. Tanya's about to go talk to the generals that are at their beer house. Get onto them. Man, and this scene was good as well. Yeah, last episode was just a banger. Good action scene, good emotional stuff from Tanya. Like her doing some thoughts, some show don't tell, like interesting stuff. That was fire. Where's the shot of her punching? I want to see her punch again. It's crazy. It's like, because I'm hearing it's a little girl's voice, right? And it's a little girl character who's doing this, but it's also a grown man. And I mean, it totally makes sense. Like, I'd be pissed off too if this was going on. And it's like, dang, we could have ended this. I could have had peace, but I just keep getting pulled back in, you know? But this, like, emotional outburst is so, I don't know, so different from how we've seen Tanya this entire time. So I don't know. The pressure, man. She doesn't want this to keep happening. She does not want the war. She's not into it. Which I appreciate. I feel like the first episode or two kind of painted her out to be more bloodthirsty than she really has been. Which is part of, I think, the anime light novel diff. And so I've preferred, I think, this Tanya that is more just ruthlessly pragmatic as opposed to straight up evil. And there is kind of the question of, like, how pragmatic can you be without being evil? Like, what's the difference between this ultra like efficiency, you know, moves versus just straight up evil? Because I don't know, like, her stepping around military regulation about artillery bombing cities, her coming up with a loophole in that to avoid that so that she can bomb city, or so that, you know, team generals can order the bombing of the city. Like, that's ruthlessly efficient, kind of morally questionable, right? Because you're avoiding the spirit of that law to bomb a city. At the same time, though, like, you know, she is doing it because she wants the war to end, and she sees that as, like, the best means to end the war. It's like, it's a means. Do the means justify the ends? Kind of one of those questions. But I think that having her kind of go through those questions and, like, that being where the quote unquote evil comes from is better than just her being a psychotic murderer. Though if she was just full sending the psychotic murderer thing, I'd be having a good time with that too, because that'd be fun to watch. But I do appreciate that more, like, nuanced morality kind of thing. I had something to say. Oh yeah, I think it pairs extraordinarily well with her past life as, like, corporate person laying people off. Like, that's kind of the introduction we saw to Tanya's past life. It was a whole, like, oh, person, like, laid off Omega Lol, you're done. Like, I don't care about your family or whatever. I don't remember. I feel like, yeah, it was like Tanya was just ruthless about that too. It's like she's maybe, like, ruining, in big quotes there, this guy's life. But I mean, the brass wants what the brass wants, or, you know, the company wants what the company wants. So it is what it is. She's just doing her job, that whole thing. I feel like that corresponds much better with this a little bit more nuanced Tanya morality thing. Yeah. Victoria looks tired. She's like, really, Tanya? We got to do this again? We've been ordered not to go, brother. I'm sorry, Tanya. I'll play nice. I'll be nice. Obviously, you're very emotionally impacted by this. I would be too. I'd be pissed. Crazy to me, though, that they're not listening to Tanya. You have to listen to Tanya. Tanya's way smarter than y'all. Have you not realized? Have you not realized this yet? Tanya has, every move she's made has been a pogged out of its mind move, and she's your strongest individual mage. Like, and she knows her freaking political law theory enough that she sidestepped the business, the freaking arrangement. Like, girl's insane. So if she says, there's time before the armistice, we gotta take these hoes out, then I don't know, maybe we gotta listen to Tanya. But it's also obvious, like, not really a good look for the rest of the world, right? If they kind of snipe a bunch of these people. Yeah, so I can see both sides. I'm on Tanya's side, though. I trust Tanya. I do kind of want to jump into episode 12, this last episode. We will rewatch the first, like, 2 minutes that we already saw, because I thought it was the after credit. We'll rewatch this just to get back into it, and for the timer, mostly. And then after this comes... Oh, OVA! There's an OVA as well. Somebody mentioned the OVA. We'll do OVA, then the movie. Apparently, I think it was the case, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? Comments, do your thing. Do your thing. Okay, calm down. It, I think, was released movie, then OVA, but what I've heard, I asked the Discord, was that you do OVA, then movie. If you want to argue about that, you have my permission. But yeah, episode 12, let's get this going. Then we do OVA, probably. Then we do movie, probably. We're definitely going to watch both, but just the order's slightly in question. Maybe a tier list if we're feeling freaky and feel like we have stuff to say about the characters. If not, Tanya takes the dub in all categories. Most categories. And yeah, should be good. So episode 12, let's get this going in a 3, 2, 1. Bang! And if you're trying to sync up, by the way, use the little like this when this appears. Don't listen to my voice. My voice is wrong sometimes. I always line it up properly with the timer. Okay, sorry. Luckin'. They're getting drunk, Tanya. They're getting drunk. I got bad news. He's gone too. You know what's crazy to me? They didn't invite Tanya. Who cares if she's underage? Who cares? Wait, what if they don't let her in because she's underage? That would be crazy to me. That would be crazy to me. Yeah, and then homeboy steps up. Sees Tanya on out. Like I said, we already saw this first like 2 minutes. Wait, are they not playing They're not playing the OP? I don't think they're playing the OP. I don't know. I don't know if they're playing the OP. They're giving us stuff in the bottom left. Dude, that solemn look on her face. That's crazy to me. How to use a victory. All right. Drink up your coffee, Tanya. Dude, this lighting. You just... Okay. You drink your coffee black, I see. Dolomar? Oh, is that the brand of coffee? Facts. Bro's about to open an entire tsunami. We must make it permanent, though. You're gonna pour it out? You know, it'd be crazy if you poured it out. That's crazy to me. She did do the pour out. She did do the pour out. It's just there was nothing left. Look at the squad. Yeah, Grant. Anyone have some lotion? Oh, for the sun. My fault. My fault. I'm sorry. And what did I say? Victoria's the real one. She knows what's going on. Wow, like a moth too close to the flame of victory, bro. Like moths to the flame of victory. That's crazy. Ooh, good line. You gotta use your advantages. I like it. Dude, get off the table. Nah, yeah, facts. You can't say enough. crazy God of War reference. Like Mars, not like the game, yeah. Wow. Wow! Callback. What are those papers? What are those papers? You better not just walk away. It's a complaint. Her eyes. Okay, at least you didn't walk away. Don't blow smoke at her, brother. Okay. They don't understand, like, the emotions of the people? Is that... What are you going for here, Tanya? This is crazy coming from her. That's what all she's been talking about. Like logic and knowledge, right? The people we fight aren't going to be that rational. The people that we just stomped on, they're not that rational. You're too rational. That's crazy! True, true. And we'll fight a losing battle. Dude, crazy shot to the like, myth in the background, fighting off a dragon or whatever. Wow, I liked that. My own history? Yeah, you've seen that a couple times now. Anson, that one kid. That one kid! That's what I'm saying! I've been saying. Wace, yup, Wace. Anson? Dude. And then the kid that getting bullied too. Are you gonna bring him in? Maybe not, maybe not. That wasn't even part of the fight, but true. Whoa. Her past life. Oh, right. She got pushed by the guy that she laid off. That's right. That was the kid. Dude, I didn't even think about that connection. Good stuff. Dude, these last two episodes have been real solid. And now she's like standing over him. He's sweating, bro. He's sweating. She's scary, man. Because she's right. You gotta extinguish the flame of hope. The flame of revenge. All of it. What was she saying? That was a good monologue from Tanya. That was fire. Okay. And I feel like that was like character development from Tanya too. Like she finally kind of realized like logic and reason alone weren't enough, because she's always been praising that as kind of like the counter to being X. But then to bring in like the emotion and the irrationality of the human, oh, I'm down with it, Tanya. I'm down with it. So we're too late? Is that kind of the, like, I mean, they do be mobilizing. Oh, 3 o'clock war update. Good timing. The Free Republic. Okay, well, now it's public. Okay. Y'all having fun. They look miserable that they have to go back to fighting. Yeah. Back to the front lines. Tanya? Not yet. Except for the last part. Wow. Survivors from, yep. The survivors. Wow. Hey, good on that butler for not even saying anything. He knows the job. Yeah, I was just thinking, I like, unless I'd have to look at the map again, but unless they had some sort of way to arc around. A small elite force. Oh, well, that's convenient. I figured out what the plot for the movie is gonna be. Uh, in what way? Yep. Good point. Good point. Tanya's tripping. Probably thinking about being X. Wow. Oh, back to that same temple. She was in this temple earlier, wasn't she? And I think the kid was getting kicked around outside. Bro, she's losing her composure. Piece by piece. Damn. Crazy transition. Wait, did my subtitles stop working? That'd be crazy to me if they did. No, okay, they work. Bet. Oh, the double dragon head. Yeah. There was a statue of that. Yep. Russia. England. And then down below, yep. The Russia equivalent, of course, it's not named Russia, right? But oh, they got their skis, bro. They got the skis. Oh wow, the mage battalion. Are those some of the same guys from the Anson squad? I feel like I recognize that one. Oh, we're in like Moscow equivalent. I think, right? Dang, it's one of those. One of those crazy artillery pieces. I kind of feel like I read about that one time. Where are we now? Ah, yes. The Unified States. Is that the girl? Presently recruiting? Wait. Mary? Mary! Wait, Mary, are you a magical? Are you a little Wait, I mean, Anson was. Dude. Okay, new antagonist just dropped, right? I mean, surely Mary's the next big fish. Late father, they know. Did they even know that he was back? I mean, surely, I don't know. Because I thought he was dead, but I don't know if they ever got news that he was alive. But then he died again, so. I mean, surely they just push this. Yeah, surely this thread gets pushed. Yeah. I like it, Mary. I like it. The family you love and the family you lost. Yes, Mary. Damn. Being X is gonna have a field day giving her power. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. It's, yeah. Ah, it's crazy to me. That's crazy. Wait, why is there so much? Okay. That's crazy to me. Okay, so is that gonna be in the next movie or is that gonna be season 2 material? I don't know. It could be either, honestly. They're doing this fun little wrap-up, though. Let me look at the wrap. Let me enjoy the wrap-up. Is this the OP playing? I think this is Jingo Jungle, right? Okay, Mary. Okay, Mary. I like it. You know what? I feel like it's even more appropriate for, like for like a woman to fight against Tanya. For it to be like two girls. I kind of even like that even more because it's like it's already so unique that like a little girl is the most powerful of the empire, right? Basically. So for the champion of the Unified States, or like at least the person that fights Tanya, to also be a girl is like doing that same subversion again, which I kind of like. Because I mean, Anson got his attempt, and sadly he was unable to finish the job. So I guess it's up to Mary now. I'm kind of down with it. I'm kind of down with it. Kind of a good season. I kind of liked it. I was unsure for the first like episode or two. Like I was kind of unsure in the beginning. But man, these last two episodes were really solid for me. I feel like it got into its stride, especially in these last two. End credit scene. End credit scene. So I'm definitely looking forward to the OVA and the movie to see if they can kind of keep that up. Why are we in the desert? Oh, this is where she was on the ship? Yeah. To a sortie? I don't know what a sortie is. The breast. The breast just does what it wants. Facts. But now our enemy is the whole world. If there is a god, okay. Bro, your squad mates are gonna think you're insane. Whoa, the cap comes off. So our plan is just Tanya makes moves. That's where we're at. Y'all don't got like reinforcements coming in or anything? I mean, I know the whole ship thing was like an issue, but... Yes, Tanya, you tell him. Her soldiers are gonna think she's insane. I mean, they already do, but they're gonna like doubly think she's insane. We're gonna kill God. We're gonna take his place. Bet. You do it, Tanya. I'm gonna lay off God. That's the move, Tanya. Lay off God. In the form of a little girl. Isn't that episode 1? Wait, isn't that the quote from episode 1? That's crazy to me. Brother. Wait, alright. Wait. Episode 1. Wasn't that literally the line? It was. That's crazy to me. Okay, good callback. I appreciate that, episode 12. I appreciate that. Okay, well, she's not hiding it anymore. We're done with the whole... I mean, it's not like she was hiding it previously or anything, but just to say, like, F it, we ball, F you, God, F it all, we're gonna make moves, we're gonna kill God. I respect it, because... I mean, okay, the real question, Tanya, the real question I have for you, what are you gonna do when Mary shows up with all her divine power? What, you gonna send a little prayer? I mean, you're gonna have to, are you not? So you kind of gotta. You're spitting a lot. You're gonna have to back those thoughts up. She's so pissed. She is so pissed. I'd be pissed too. Especially because she knew better, right? She knew better, but the brass wouldn't listen. She even calls the bastion of logic and reason doesn't listen because it ain't about it. Oh God, I'm gonna slice you up into a bunch of pigs. Yeah, what? I'm gonna slice you into tiny pieces and feed you to the pigs. Animators had a field day with it too, with her face. Okay, but wait. You tell me, hey Brass, talk to me for a second. You tell me your plan is send Tanya in two other divisions, a support division and like one other division. Just send those in to win. We could only deploy two divisions in the support unit. Hey, you might want to more. Like I get it, you know, the whole ship thing was an issue, but surely you got more on the way, right? I mean, I know you got like a bunch of different fronts that have opened up. I mean, maybe that's the issue. I guess I can't sweat it too much. Man, the real question is when Mary's gonna show up. Is she gonna show up in the movie, or is that season 2 material? I could see a situation where like she shows up in the movie, because you already know she's gonna be the threat. I mean, she got the divine power right at the end here, right? Which I'm not gonna lie, okay, this is gonna sound cringe. I got chills. I did get chills when she threw God in. For this, wait. Let me find the line. It actually hit, which I was not ready for. Yeah, her voice. You hear the emotion break into her voice when she brings up how like no one else is gonna have to feel what I felt with losing my father. That was good. I like that a lot. And then to hit and to enact God's justice, that's crazy to me. Dude, Mary? I liked Anson enough. He was good. He was doing his thing, right? Mary could be even better. Mary could be even better. What are these artillery pieces called? I feel like I've heard of them. Those big ones they would have on the railroad tracks, right? And so they were like, I don't know. And you could just bomb them a ton. Because they're just that built different. I mean, they're coming in. Is there... Yeah, the map. I kind of wish they did this a little bit more. Like, throughout the season, low-key. I mean, they did it a decent amount. And they kind of had the flashing, like, mini-map show up. But just, like, the military map, I feel like that's extra... That's very appreciated from me. So, yeah, we got... I mean, Tanya said it herself, right? The Empire. It was cool. The dual dragon head we actually saw. The Dacia, that's what I was looking for. Dacia on the right. Entente Alliance, the Republic. But now we got down below the I don't know their version of Russia's name. I don't remember if they've said that or not. Then we got the version of UK, and then we got homeboys over from Unified States coming in. So they're literally triple pinched. World War, yeah, it would be tough to win that for sure. Shout out to my girl Mary again. Shout out to Tanya pulling a Glock on an angel statue as well. I liked that quite a bit. She's losing it. This is just how she gets rid of her stress. Her occupation is so stressed that she's got to just start... This is just what happens when you push her this much. I guess there's kind of the question for me of like, how powerful is Being X? Is Being X literally just so powerful that he can just go, you're donezo? Or is it more of like a belief system? Because I'm not convinced that Being X is omnipotent, omniscient, blah, 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 like full God level. Even Tanya like calls Being X very specifically as opposed to like omniscient creator, right? Or like Being X because she doesn't want to call him God. And so I kind of think, like, if maybe Being X isn't all... Like, this is kind of a little bit... I don't know. Maybe Being X isn't so all-powerful that, like, you actually have to pray to him to get the power up, right? Like, it's more like a belief system, form of power kind of thing. Rather than just being able to make the person fighting Tanya, like, 3 times as strong. That instead, that person fighting Tanya literally has to be praying to Being X to get the power up, right? Like, there is a difference there. And I do think it's more the latter, right? Where Being X literally has to be being prayed to or has some limits on it. Yeah, we'll see though. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on that. This was crazy to me. I really liked this. The callback to the past life and the irrationality. And that's what Tanya, I feel like, really came to understand in episode 11 and 12, which I really liked. It was that Tanya laid him off, right? Yeah, you've missed work without permission. Please leave, get out of here. You've missed work without permission multiple times. You're basically cringe. Why would we ever keep you hired here? You've ignored orders to improve your work. I just want to remember what this guy's reasoning was, or what this guy said. Like, did he have like a family or like something crazy? Really slid him the career book and said Omega Lol. I mean, he was definitely... Oh, here it is. I have my daughter's tuition to consider and the loan on my house. The guy was down on his luck. Okay. But then that, of course, is what led to this whole being X situation, right? Dude, this person, I forgot this guy was playing Candy Crush. Try to live as long as you can. If you die again, there will be no second reincarnation. I can't believe Tanya got that hood. It is crazy, too, though, that this whole second life thing actually is kind of still a plus in a way, because Tanya was literally like killed in original life. So to even have this second life, I mean, that's a boon, right? That is a positive. But there's all the spite and all the, whole faithfulness thing going on. So I don't know, but it's kind of a weird spot. But yeah. Overall, though, I think that was a pretty pogged season. Is there anything else I'm trying to say in this? I really liked this beginning scene as well. Man, I feel like Tanya's eyes were like a shade like red or darker or whatever. Girl was probably like staying up or something. Just that solemn look in her, like she's in that contemplation. I really appreciated that. The whole dumping of the cup thing, even though it was already empty, I liked that as well. She drank all that, slammed that hoe. This entire thing was really good, as I just said. Alliance is getting ready. Mary's getting ready for violence. And now Tanya and 2 battalions are going to have to solo the entirety of like Northern Africa area. So, I wish you luck, Tanya. I mean, I wish you luck, and I'm going to have to see for myself what happens there in the OVA/movie whenever those take place. But yeah, I think that's all I really got for this episode, the last episode of Season 1 of Tanya the Evil. On to the next for whatever of those 2 things comes next. Of course, if you like the video, subscribe. If you're new, blah, 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 comment below if you have anything to say, or join the Discord and talk to me or other Tanya the Evil fans there. But until then, until the next episode, check the rest of the socials as well. About Me page of the YouTube. I'm not going to plug them all because it's too much effort. Episode 12, on to the next OVA/movie. I'll be seeing you then. Peace.